Okay, y'all, before this video begin, if you want to read the whole article, we will have the whole article link in the description box below. And if you have an open heart, or if you know someone that will help us out, you can share this video with them, because we're not going to act like we don't need help when we really do. We'll have our Cash App link, our Cash App tag in the description box as well. And thank you to whoever is going to help, or whoever is going to reach out for others to help us. Thank you so much. So y'all want to pay $600 for this plumbing that this is y'all house, and then y'all want to pay y'all $1,300. Like, is y'all crazy? This is in the month of June. Like, is you crazy?
McGhee did not provide answers to some questions about the company he formed on July 5, 2018, days before it purchased the Homestead house at the address that gave the company its name.
I'm in the house and I got evicted during the pandemic.
This is why we were doing this video, because people was they seen our article of Leave for the Family on Yahoo News and Google News saying that, oh, how can y'all do YouTube, joke around YouTube, and y'all get evicted? Read the story, okay?
Right.
Company started by Miami-Dade candidate trying to evict family during COVID emergency. In June, a real estate company formed by Miami-Dade County Commission candidate KIONNE McGhee asked a judge to evict a Homestead family months behind in its rent.
KIONNE McGhee owned this house, and then during the pandemic, he switched the titles back over to somebody else's name named Andrea King, and then now he still has to claim this property on his assets, but he's running for an office position in the middle of a pandemic trying to evict somebody.
Yeah. When we first got here, everything was like peachy, whatever, but not so peachy.
I lost my job, couldn't get there, got fired from this property. From
That's
there,
from our other apartment.
From there, I got filed an eviction, but I also scraped up enough money to pay the man. But the man said that his company don't want to go forward.
They were trying to sell the place.
They're trying to sell it, so we said, okay, we understood. I.e., that's how we found this place, because we're in a bit of a situation like, oh, we need a place to live. I got 5 kids, it's us, but we have the money. And so we found this place, paid 3 months worth of rent, first, last, and deposit. 3 months.
We got here in April.
3 months. And so we got here, we paid for 3 months. You know, me, myself, and my beautiful wife, our kids, we here, no one else.
I'm a father of 5 with nowhere to go, William Collier wrote on lined notebook paper in a July letter to Judge Lawrence King, who granted the eviction order on September 23. I lost my job and was unable to pay, and the owner is trying to find any reason to put us out instead of helping us. Collier and his family remain in the single-story house off 12th Avenue on the western edge of Homestead, temporarily shielded by local and federal protections against residential evictions. McGhee, a lawyer and the outgoing Democratic leader of the Florida House, noted the eviction action won't result in the emptying of the 2-bedroom, 1-bath house until government authorities allow police to resume removing people from their rented homes. The company hasn't displaced this family from the rental property during this pandemic, the statement read, although tenants continue to destroy the property. DeSantis moratorium didn't cover damage evictions. The company, 631 Southwest 12th Avenue LLC, filed the papers in June and cited alleged damage to the kitchen, bathroom and air conditioning unit as justification for the eviction to go forward despite the moratorium in place at the time. Despite the moratorium in place at the time. Despite the moratorium in place at the time.
With me, the thing they put on my case is really what really messed up about. Like I said, I'm a father of 5, and we have no other safety net. We don't have no grand aunties, etc., etc. That's just, just find a place and I pay it. So it's nothing. Every dollar we scrape up, we do. So with that being said, putting all this property damage on our record, broken windows, doors is off the hinges, kitchen
nobody's
cabinets
gonna give us a place like that.
Broke.
We got no choice but to stay here until somebody kick us out. Like, nobody's gonna give us a place like that. With that on our record, that's.
Their tussle with 631 SW 12th Ave LLC offers a peek into McGhee's role as a real estate investor in South Miami-Dade, which he will represent if he wins the election against former Homestead City Council member Elvis Maldonado for the District 9 seat. Along with rental properties, the company McGhee formed in 2018 owns a small portfolio of vacant land purchased last year from Florida City's redevelopment arm, and there are more purchases on the horizon. McGhee said in a statement. 631 SW 12th Ave LLC is currently in the process of obtaining other properties via public and published bidding that will assist in its mission. McGhee declined to clarify his role with 631 LLC. The outgoing state representative for Florida's District 117 listed the company as his top asset in the financial disclosure form he submitted to Tallahassee in July 2019. When McGhee filed the disclosure form needed to qualify for the District 9 seat in June, 631 LLC wasn't listed. In his statement, McGhee didn't address why the company wasn't included in his June disclosure form, which covered his finances in 2019. The explanation may lie in the timing. State records show that at some point before June 2020, McGhee removed himself as president of 631 LLC and named Andrea King as his replacement.
That's the only thing I'm like I understood I got hit during the pandemic, I got fired, I talked to the company. Now if the company want to proceed with the eviction, I can understand that, there's no pressure with me. But do everything correct. Process your eviction, let the judge slam the hammer and say you got 30 days to leave. But now during this pandemic and they suspended that activity, nobody's getting removed from their houses. Andrea King, the owner of the place right now, has been sending people over every week to, I guess, harass or threaten.
And she'll even park like outside of our house. She'll just sit there and park like a psycho weirdo or something.
Just park, just sit there. And then so from there, she'll send people out. Hey, we're here to do plumbing. Hey, we're here to do irrigation. Hey, we want to check the roof. Hey, and you know all these people.
No.
The first time we brought one lady in, and when we brought this lady in the house, this lady started secretly recording on her phone without our permission.
King appears to be a relative. King and McGhee used to live at the same address in Homestead. A person who opened the door there this week said King was McGhee's sister. Last month, he signed a mortgage document for an extension on a $61,000 loan for the house next to the one Williams and Collier rented. In his statement, McGhee suggested he's back to counting 631 LLC as an asset because it would be listed in his next financial disclosure form. McGhee's name doesn't appear in any of the filings for the eviction action that 631 LLC began on June 23, and Andrea King signed the eviction papers sent to the tenants. Later court papers showed the couple hadn't paid rent, and would eventually owe $9,100.
Yeah, and for y'all that's gonna leave a bad comment, instead of leaving a bad comment, how about you go reach out to somebody and see if somebody can help us out? Because this is not no, they playing around. I know we play around a lot, but this is this is something real and something that it's hard for us to get rid of. That is on our record, and we cannot, we can't do nothing about it. That's just crazy. We can't even get no place or anything unless we pay. They suing us for $9,000.
Yeah, so the plumbing came, and then $600. I told them I declined that offer. The next day they bought somebody else out, and he told me $550. And so I told this lady, I said, listen, if y'all, I told you I'm not paying $600 the first day, and then the next morning without my permission, you bought somebody here, and I told him I'm not paying as well. I told the lady $500, $600. I'm already behind on rent, and you want me to fix some toilet fixtures that's not our fault. The reason why. We told her that, and we kept nagging because, it's the honest truth. A couple of days later, somebody eventually came out. And when they came out, they looked at the pump pipes in front of the yard, and they seen that it was nothing happening. They went on top of the roof, and they said, hey, the issue's on top of the roof. I guess it's some type of pipe. He said, it's nothing that you guys could have did. You know, this house is old, so it's been getting clogged over time. And about the time you guys got here, it just collapsed.
Yeah.
So it's not our fault with the professional plumber.
Exactly.
Said. And so once we gave the lady that, she's like, okay. Well, it's fixed. It's fixed.
It doesn't matter. There's no need to complain. I'm like, but I bought a whole snake from Home Depot.
So from there, time's going by. And then at this moment, this is when this AC unit, we've been had trouble since we got here. Like I said, we left the apartment and we really had, I'm kind of saying no choice because I needed to move. And this place was ready. And so the AC at this time is blowing slow. It gets hot during the day. And, we just getting used to it. We just moving here, so we probably like, okay, that's probably how it is.
So we told her, and she said, oh, well, you guys had to break that because that AC unit is new. That's brand new AC unit. I still have the receipts for it.
And so from there, I'm really turned off as a tenant. Like, I'm really trying to be fair game.
So you ain't trying to help us at all.
I'm really trying to be fair game. So from there, that's when the lady came over, because at this point, that's when I was like, you know what, I'm not paying anything. I'm not paying. I was already stressed out about losing a job, trying to scrape money, and then I'm actually going through that. And I'm not. I said,
so we were trying to come up with the 1,300 after we was trying to come up with the 1,300 after she said she was going to take the 700. But when we found out that she tried to make us pay for everything, we was like, no, it's a turnoff. Like,
the company opted not to cite back rent in the initial eviction action, which would have triggered protections under the statewide moratorium on evicting tenants facing hardship from COVID-19. Instead, the eviction filings cited alleged lease violations by the tenants, including breaking kitchen cabinets, plumbing and an air conditioning handler, having extra people live there, and the smoking of illegal marijuana on the premises.
okay, y'all, I'm just walking around showing y'all what she's talking about. She's talking about this that broke, that can get put back on. And we told her about it when we first moved here. It broke when we first moved here. That's what happened. And there's nothing else that's broken. This is not called up. She said that was called up. Nothing else is called up. Like, that's no other cabinet is broken. That is just like that. So, you know. Now the bathroom is not flooded. What she's talking about? Wait. Okay, what she's talking about? Bathroom's not flooded. Like, she's tripping hard. You think I would take a shower or be in the bathroom or in the house with a flooded bathroom? No, I'm not nasty. She said the AC handler was broken. Let's see if it's broken. Let's see. Oh my God. Oh, if it was broken, would it light up? Would it light up? No. The AC is running, baby. It's running, okay? Full on, okay? Period. Okay, y'all, now this is where the AC blows. This is the AC closet. You know, everybody got this in their house. It is on. You can hear it clearly. It's working. Running. What AC is broke? Tell me. What AC?
A company lawyer, Kevin Diaz, added a letter to the filing reminding court administrators that the eviction action does not concern non-payment, and so was not covered by DeSantis Executive Order 20-94 protecting tenants who can't afford rent because of COVID. A contractor hired by 631 LLC filed an affidavit describing a May inspection that he said revealed the damaged kitchen, a bathroom floor ruined by overflowing water, a clogged sink and toilet, and evidence of an attempted removal of the AC handler.
And we only let her in because at that time, it was like a month after we moved here.
A month after we moved.
We told them that the toilet is stocked up.
All right, so we had plumbing issues, correct? And about this plumbing thing, this is the thing that turned me off, that made me not want to pay if I had the means to pay. So we walked out, came home from work one day, and then she was telling me that the toilets is flushing slow. It's got slower and slower.
The toilet always flush slow, and it still flush slow.
Until it stopped. At this point, the toilet it stopped as if something was clogging it. The tub stopped. The water started coming up through the tub. So now my bathroom's off limits. We got one restroom. Now, mind you, we make do how we make do. She has family member that's around the corner, so we make do how we make do. With that being said, we called the leasing agency, the people we leased the contract from. Hey, anytime I ever rented anything or my family members rented, the person that owns the property would come out and take care of it. And I'm talking about, this was probably a little situation. I called them. I say such and such and such. We need plumbing. Plumbing?
No, you guys supposed to fix it yourself.
You guys fix it yourself.
Fix it yourself.
I'll send somebody out tomorrow. Okay, she'll send somebody out. All right, cool. They came out
taking pictures.
They come out taking
pictures of the bathroom and seeing that the toilet was clogged up and the tub was clogged up. So that's like leaving to the judge like we messed up the bathroom. No, it was stocked up, but it's not messed up now. They fixed the problem, but they fixed the problem like a week after we kept complaining.
In his July 1st note to the judge and in an interview, Collier denied the claims he damaged the house. "I have 5 kids living there," he said. "Why would I break anything?" The house is a backdrop for the couple's YouTube channel, Life of the Family, a mix of family meals and comedy videos, including a segment where Collier and Williams take turns spraying each other with Coke after putting mints in the bottle. "We know we're making a mess," Williams said. "We're going to mop it up.
Clean up, don't worry.
Y'all, we know we're making a mess. We are aware of it. All we gotta do is mop it up good. Nah. What if I do a TikTok dance?
An Easter segment had Williams cooking shish kebabs and rice after organizing an egg hunt for the children while Collier was at work. Collier, 31, said he lost his job at Coca-Cola in 2020 and hasn't been able to pay rent. He said he's counting on the eviction moratorium to keep him in place until a judge tells him to leave. I don't have a safety net, he said. Eviction protection's still in place, for now. David Winker, a Miami lawyer who has represented tenants fighting eviction during the coronavirus emergency, said property damages have been a way for landlords to circumvent the DeSantis moratorium before it expired on October 1st. It's a harder way to get rid of people, he said. I haven't seen a lot of success with it. Last month, 631 LLC amended the eviction action to include unpaid rent. Judge King issued a removal order on September 23, and the court sent it to Miami-Dade police for service. But county police haven't been processing eviction action since March under orders by Mayor Carlos Gimenez, and there's also a federal evictions moratorium by the Centers for Disease Control in effect nationwide. One oddity about the eviction filings is it appears 631 SW12 Ave LLC hasn't owned the property for most of 2020. While that company is named on the lease and is listed as the plaintiff in the case, property records show the firm sold the house to King for $112,000 on February 13. That was about 2 weeks before Collier and Williams signed the lease, and 4 months before 631 LLC filed the eviction case. The sale was an in-house transaction. King signed the sales papers for 631 LLC to sell the property to herself, so it's not clear why the transfer happened. The court filings don't show proof of ownership but name 631 LLC as the owner of the house. Diaz, the lawyer in the eviction case, declined to comment or to answer emailed questions about the ownership status. King could not be reached. Winker, the tenant lawyer, said the eviction suit wouldn't go forward if a tenant could show the plaintiff wasn't the owner of the home. The tenants in this case did not have representation. Winker also questioned why the eviction went forward, given there's a federally backed mortgage on the property that should have kicked in tenant protections under the CARES Act.
Only reason I'm here.
If y'all can subscribe to our channel, share this video with someone. If you feel like someone would help us out or something like that, you can share this video with that person or anything. We begging for help. Our eviction business is out there, and people have been contacting us about how we getting evicted and stuff like that. If y'all can help us out, we'll leave our Cash App tag in the description and stuff like that. If y'all can help us out with something, because we do have to move and we do have to leave from here, and it'll be very helpful and we'll be very thankful if y'all do. You want to say something?
Standing on the front stoop, Collier and Williams said they knew they'd have to leave the house if they couldn't pay rent. They said they don't want to be tagged with damaging a rental property. I want to get that off my record, Collier said. It's not true.
Next art.
Okay, y'all, before this video begin, if you want to read the whole article, we will have the whole article link in the description box below. And if you have an open heart, or if you know someone that will help us out, you can share this video with them, because we're not going to act like we don't need help when we really do. We'll have our Cash App link, our Cash App tag in the description box as well. And thank you to whoever is going to help, or whoever is going to reach out for others to help us. Thank you so much.